It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to a vitally important medical discussion that speaks to, well, the entire family. And I know a lot of people have been affected by this, from understanding the impact on quality of life to identifying the right treatment and strategy. We've been covering all of the bases over the past few weeks to ensure that you and your family can thrive allergy-free. Yes, there is hope. And a very warm welcome back to Professor Claudia Gray, who joins us this morning to recap this incredibly informative and empowering campaign. Let's do a bit of an overview of what you've really enjoyed about this kind of voyage of discovery when it comes to allergies.
The first important thing is a correct diagnosis.
100%.
So allergies and other conditions can really mimic each other. And you want to have a right diagnosis so you can institute the right treatment. So don't just assume that a snotty nose or a bit of eczema or whatever is an allergy. Have the right tests, see the right people, make the right diagnosis, and then you can also reduce your exposure to those allergens.
For sure.
Secondly, choose the right treatment. Be smart. Safety first, minimal side effects, good activity, ideally something that doesn't affect your cognition and your performance or your sleep. So you can carry on as normal, but reduce your symptoms. So those are the two main things. Get the right diagnosis, get the right treatment.
There are tools that you can use throughout the entire family. It just requires the understanding and being empowered. So let's burst a few bubbles here in terms of the Cape Town local crowd here. Because Cape Town might have the best mountains, best sun, best sea, best beaches. When it comes to allergy season, maybe not so much. Talk me through location and what can kind of weigh in on that side of this equation.
So actually, we're still the best because we don't have the most allergies. Allergies are ubiquitous.
Yeah.
So wherever you are in the world, you're going
That's
to encounter an allergen. So even within South Africa, lots of cockroach and storage mite and house dust mite, mold. Cape Town, dust mite and pollens. Central Joburg, the Highveld, pollens, maize pollen. So every region has a different set of allergens. So it just depends on what most of the population reacts to. House dust mite is universally common. Grass pollens are often area specific. As the climate changes, we're also going to see a shift in allergies. Warmer climate, pollens burst earlier and more vigorously. We're going to get thunderstorms, thunderstorm asthma. So there's so many geographical variations. So we won't just blame it on Cape Town. This one
You've got to have
is
something.
universal.
You've got to have something, man. Come on. And it's so worth doing the deep dive, certainly for your kids. It's a massive thing when you see them being inhibited. Having a non-drowsy suspension, the ability to be able to tackle this in lower age groups as well. How much of a difference can that make?
I think it can make a huge difference. And obviously, as a pediatrician by background, I'm a big advocate for medicine safety. Safety first. You do not want to cause side effects in children unnecessarily, and that includes things like sedation, drowsiness. In some children, the sedative effect can present as hyperactivity.
Yeah.
So they can have sort of the opposite effect that shows because the neurotransmitters are so immature. So in children, safety is almost as important as efficacy. I mean, at all ages it should be, but especially in our children. You mentioned having the right diagnosis, so you say that deep delve. Actually, that first step, making the right diagnosis, is so absolutely critical because you may not be allergic at all and have Krish syndrome, and then that's treated differently. You may be allergic and identify your allergen and say, wow, I'm allergic to Bermuda grass. I know that that grass pollinates between September and February. That's the time when I'll take my medication and preempt it.
Yes.
The best way of knowing your allergen and preemptively treating it really means you down-regulate your naughty histamine receptors and you're going to have much better control rather than willy-nilly just treating it on demand. So usually for allergies, your long-term daily treatment is the best way of managing your particular symptom.
The importance of having something that is fast acting in your world, because I would imagine if I feel this pressure on my job, you must have a level of expectation when people walk through your doors that's next level.
Absolutely.
So when you can help someone fast. How much of a difference can that make?
Well, it makes a huge difference for many reasons. First of all, just for symptom control. So if you have dust mite allergy and you're going into an old attic and unpacking old fancy dress clothes, you can get swollen eyes, a closed chest, you can really have a bad attack. And then if you take something that's going to take 10 hours to work, or, you know, steroids take an hour and a half to work, and everybody tends to go towards steroids, it's absolute rubbish. They're full of side effects, they work slowly. So there, a quick-acting antihistamine is absolutely imperative. So that's number one. Number two, generally the newer generation quick-acting ones can be taken at higher doses than necessary if you need to. So if you're having a terrible day and you've taken it in the morning, you can take it in the evening as well. The third thing is, if something works fast, patients get faith in it. They know, this has worked for me.
Mental battle,
if it works too slowly, they can't see that temporal alignment with taking the medication and feeling an effect. So you're going to get better compliance. Overall, be smart.
Be smart, like our prof. The smartest there is. Thank you so much. Absolute gem. You can harness the power of knowledge in this sense. There is a community, a tribe around you, and you can use it to conduct a symphony of wellness in your home where allergies play no discordant notes at all. And with the right strategies and awareness, we can orchestrate a life free from some sneezy crescendos, which is probably the only way I'll reach a crescendo with my lack of musicality. Professor, you are amazing. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much for the opportunity, Graham.
Don't let allergies get in the way of life. With Telfast, you can unleash your potential and live life without limits. Nothing beats Telfast for fast, non-drowsy, 24-hour allergy relief.